It's Monday, January 21st, 2013, and let's talk about what happened this weekend at xdadevelopers.com. As you know, if you know a little bit about me, and if you can see the desktop behind me, I'm a Linux user. So when I see something come up that's Android and Linux related, of course, 2 thumbs up from me out of the box. Well, as devices are getting larger and larger, screen resolution's getting higher and higher, and styluses are becoming more and more useful, a lot of people are starting to wonder, what am I going to do with that? Because a lot of the Android apps that are specifically artistically related are not particularly useful. They're not full-featured. However, most Linux systems today have something running on top of it that is extremely useful in terms of this sphere. That's called the X11 Windows system, and essentially what that does is provide a networked graphics subsystem that runs on your system so that things across the network can access it. That's why you can take your desktop and share apps graphically over the network over SSH tunneling. Well, one way or the other, developers over at GIMP users have created an Android application that allows you to use your Android device as an input device for your X11 desktop. So essentially, if you have one of these really nice 10-inch tablets like, oh, say, the Nexus 10, and some sort of a stylus like, oh, say, this thing that I got for very cheap in a 3-pack on monoprice.com, you can install this application, tie it to your desktop using the X11 Windows system, and then use it to draw in something like GIMP. It even allows you to use different levels of pressure sensitivity, and will notice if you're using a hand on the tablet, you can use your fingers, you can use the stylus, or you can have it set in such a way that it only recognizes the stylus and ignores your hand. The application is open source. You can check it out over at GitHub. You can watch the video over on their YouTube channel. The links to all of these things are available in the portal post. Now, speaking of community-supported applications, another one that we've talked about a few times in the past is Xbmc. And it has been long known that Xbmc is slowly working its way onto the Android platform. There have been versions available, but up until this point, they're not particularly user-friendly in terms of getting them installed and using them. Well, thanks to XDA senior member Kima996 and the Xbmc Android team, there's now a new, more user-friendly version of the Xbmc for Android app, which, while it still does not support graphical acceleration, it does allow external video player usability. So whereas before it was sort of a glorified media player, now it is more of an all-in-one streaming and media solution that can take advantage of your existing media players on your device, as well as tying into other internet streaming services. That's really the goal of Xbmc and has been the goal all along. It's not been to be a media player, it's to be a media aggregator, a media streaming center, a media center, Xbmc, media center. So if you've tried Xbmc on your Android device in the past, or just tried Xbmc at some point in the past, or if you're looking for some sort of a media center for your tablet, for your, I don't know why you'd want one on a phone, but you just never know, you might want to go ahead and give it another look just to see if it is something that you're interested in. And actually, since we've been talking about developers and about community support, we've talked a few times in the past about you yourself learning to do Android app development. Well, if that's something that you haven't taken up quite yet and it's something you're still interested in, Linux.com has a few tutorials for Android app development that can help you get started just a little bit quicker. In particular, they've gone ahead and released 3 parts at this point, and it seems like a pretty good start. Hopefully they will continue to expand upon this as time goes on. And if that's not enough to whet your appetite, we have already put out some content in the past on building Android applications, and there is XDA University you can always take a look at for more details as well. Links to all of the posts over on Linux.com, the previous videos, and XDAU, I believe, are over in the post, which you can find on the front page of xdadevelopers.com somewhere, or in the link in the video description. And finally, just a little bit of XDA specific news. If you do remember, and you probably do, not too long ago we talked about XDA and Cruiser Lite partnering up to make some cases for smart devices. Well, apparently there's been quite a bit of interest in that project so far, so much so that they're looking to expand the product line. Currently they're covering the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, the Galaxy S3, the Nexus, and the Nexus 4. But they're looking to see what other devices people are generally looking for to see what people would be interested in buying cases for. Head on over to the poll, which you can find in the portal post, which is down in the video description. Anyway, it's been a bit of a long weekend, so I'm going to finish this up and head to bed. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video if you like this video, and subscribe if you have not already. Looks like we hit 80,000 subscribers over the weekend, by the way, so thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed already, and thank you so much if you do choose to subscribe today. Anyway, thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you on Friday.